In the heart of the Philippines, nestled within quiet, unassuming villages, there are stories whispered from one generation to the next. These aren't just your typical ghost stories about creaking doors or shadowy figures in hallways. No, this tale is far more intimate, far more terrifying. It is about a spirit that doesn't just haunt your room. It gets right on top of you, pinning you down, stealing your breath. They call it the Batibat. Imagine a creature of immense size, grotesquely fat, a hulking mass of darkness that finds its power in the dead of night. The legend says the Batibat once lived inside massive trees. When these trees are cut down to build houses, the displaced spirit can become vengeful. It might take up residence in the very wood used for the posts of your home, waiting. Its favorite pastime? Attacking people in their sleep. Let me paint you a picture. There was a young man named Marco who had just returned to his ancestral home in a small rural town. He spent the entire day helping his family repair the old wooden house, a structure that had stood for generations. Exhausted from the labor, he ate a large, hearty dinner and fell into a deep sleep almost immediately, not even bothering to change his clothes. That's when it came. At first, it was just a feeling. A subtle pressure on his chest, like a cat had curled up on him. But the weight grew. It became heavier and heavier, crushing him against his thin mattress. His eyes flew open, but his body was paralyzed. He was trapped, a prisoner in his own flesh. Panic seized him as he tried to scream, to call for help, but his throat was tight and no sound escaped. It felt as if his lungs were being squeezed by a giant vice. He couldn't breathe. Then, through the suffocating darkness of his room, he saw it. A gigantic, shadowy figure was sitting directly on his chest. Its form was round and bloated, a monstrous silhouette looming over him. Two faint, malevolent eyes glowed in the dark, fixed on his. A wide, cruel grin stretched across its shadowy face. The Batibat. The more Marco struggled, the heavier the spirit became. It felt like he was being crushed under a boulder. A low, guttural whisper echoed in his mind, not in his ears. It spoke in a language he didn't understand, a series of menacing, ancient warnings that sent shivers down his spine. The sheer terror was overwhelming. He was dying. He was sure of it. Time stretched and warped. Seconds felt like hours as he fought for every tiny gasp of air. Just as his vision started to fade to black, a sliver of light pierced the darkness. The first rays of dawn were breaking through the window. As the light touched the monstrous form, the immense weight suddenly vanished. Marco shot up, gasping, his lungs burning as they filled with air. He was drenched in a cold sweat, trembling uncontrollably. The room was empty, silent, but the indentation on his chest and the lingering sense of dread were proof that he was not dreaming. He had survived a visit from the Batibat. From that day on, Marco never slept soundly again. He learned the old ways from the village elders. Every night, without fail, he performed a small ritual. He would burn sage to cleanse the room, sprinkle a line of salt across his doorway, and keep a blessed talisman clutched in his hand. Anything, absolutely anything, to keep the fat, suffocating ghost from returning. They say the Batibat is drawn to those who sleep in a room that was once part of its tree. Others believe it preys on those who go to bed with a full stomach, or who fall into a sleep so deep it borders on oblivion. The phenomenon is known medically as sleep paralysis, but in the moonlit provinces of the Philippines, they know it by another name. So the next time you feel a heaviness on your chest as you lie in bed, unable to move or scream, ask yourself, is it just a nightmare? Or has the Batibat come to pay you a visit? Be careful how you sleep tonight, because if it finds you, you may not be as lucky as Marco. You may not wake up at all. Thanks for watching.